We were talking about the trend line, and once again, extremely sorry for this is a lot of network issue here. Let's try to again see what we did. So I was talking about the trend lines. Now, trend lines, if you cannot find a trend, then there is no point of taking a trade that particular time because you need to know which side you are headed to. Okay, so when I see something like this, even it is hourly, I cannot find a trend, right? So for day trade may not be, but if I want to do a position based trading, position based means where trader takes trades which are for long term. And if I see a daily chart, now this is a day on day chart. Okay, let me clear everything here. Now on a day on day chart, if I have to look at a trend, see how a downtrend looks like. A downtrend looks like this. Every high and low, sorry, here delete, every high and low is on the lower side. See, and when this is a downtrend, and when a downtrend gets broken, see what happens, right? So again, look at another uptrend here. See, see. So this is again another uptrend. So we have to understand that market moves into trends. Okay, we have to find out the right trend to go with, and then, like for example, right now if I look at a daily chart also, see, there is no trend as such. I cannot form a short-term trend or a buy, but I can see that there is a support and resistance here, right? Support and resistance. If you see this, look at this. See, this is a good support line here, and at the same time, when if I have to see a resistance, again, a good resistance also. So this I have found it on a daily chart. Like this, we have to keep trying to find trends. Now this was Euro USD. Let's take gold, for example. Okay, now this is gold. So in gold, we can see that there is still a lot of trend formation, a lot of support and resistances also, right? And I'm looking at again a hourly chart. So if I look at the hourly chart, I will see a trend something like this, right? This is also a trend here, uptrend. Let me bounce back. Look at this, right? So this is almost one trend, and if it comes down here, which is 1737, should bounce back. See, that's what happened yesterday. 1737, 1727 bounced back. Look at this. Here, bounce back here. So if the trend gets broken, then it's a completely different scenario. Because if this trend, which is here, 1735, if it gets broken, then it might come down. And I'm looking again one hourly chart. So this is for your day trades. Okay. Again, when we look at the support and resistance, so first thing we understood the trend is on the higher side. Okay, so I should wait till it comes down to 1738 for a good buying level. Okay, till the time over here I could short sell, keep my stop loss above say 1760, which will be 10 points higher than this. Or if it comes to 1760, now look at the ultimate support here, ultimate resistance here. See, this is your resistance, which means if it comes to 1764, yeah, 1764 here, you short sell it and you keep a stop loss anywhere above that, right? But if you even go far, you will see, look at this, right? So you see that is the line of resistance over here. This is where you can, again, so this is where you can sell, and if you want to buy, the level around 1737 will be good because this is where the trend line is formed. So if it comes there, possibilities it will bounce back given that the trend line is not broken. Normally guys, also please notice this much gap between the trend line, it is not good. You see this gap, right? uh, Technically this gap should not be there. For a better swing trading, we should have even waves. Okay, and you will find even waves in different charts. It's just you have to look for it. Yeah, so this is how normally a trend line. Let's take another example. US market will also open now, so let's take example of okay, pound and dollar. Okay, now pound and dollar again, when we see, okay, now pound and dollar, this is a 1 day chart. We are still talking about daily trades, so I'm going to make it 1 hour. Okay, now this is 1 hour. Now in 1 hour, what I see that there is a downtrend which was going on here, right? Which is broken, still high. So see, you see this downtrend, it got broken, so it is on the higher side. Next, find the support line when you're looking at it. So basically, to identify the support line, you can take help of the pivots or just try to draw it yourself. See, good support should be somewhat, yeah. See, this is your support 1, this line. When you zoom it, you will realize, see this. Okay, this is your first support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost here. If price comes down here, you buy it. And when you see your resistance, go back. Okay, so far this is coming across as a daily resistance also. So for it looks like it is breaking it. So if you make this line here, so bounce back a bit. See, not much movement again, right? We are looking at one because we are looking at an hourly chart. If perhaps you increase the duration of the chart, make it 4 hours, then you see the candle which is every 4 hours, right? It gives you a much wider duration. So you have to decide when you are day trading that are you looking at a 1 hour chart, are you looking at a 2 hours chart to identify a good buying or a selling level. Trend lines, again, as I said, the trend lines will always have the impact where you'll be able to understand, should I be heading on the higher side, should I be heading on the lower side. So support and resistance and then trend lines comes also next, something called technical indicators. Okay, technical indicators, I will tell you very easy ones which can without applying too much uh, effort into it, you can find out whether it's a good buy or sell, and you can use these to identify trends also. Okay, something called RSI. RSI is also called relative strength index. Okay, to apply to RSI, you go to technicals, select your duration. You have selected 4 hours, for example. Okay, clear all of this. And let's say you select RSI. This is your technical. Now see, RSI is a very simple rule. You try to find out if this line, so this is your RSI line. Okay, I will just increase this. If this line reaches above 70%, it becomes a good short selling point. Okay, if it comes below 30%, which is your brown line or orange line, it becomes a good buying. If you see historically, this is a 4 hours chart. Every time it has come this area or this area, look at this, support 2. Over here, there is a good buying level. Okay, and this is related directly to the price which you're looking at. So over a 4 hours period of time, you see either you wait for it to go above 70%, so you can take advantage of this price, right? You see this price over here, every time it goes above 70%, touches to a certain peak down. So either you wait for it to come here, which becomes your overbought area, so you can short sell it, or you wait for it come down where it becomes oversold area and you go for a buy. So this is 4 hours. If you look at say 1 hour RSI, okay, now you're looking at a 1 hour RSI. Even on a 1 hour RSI, you can see that here a short-term trade, even if you have to take, should wait till at least if it goes above 70%. That's where you will short sell it, right? Try to form your supports and resistances here also. See this. Look at this particular line. Okay, showing you this line. Every time the RSI reaches here, it comes down, reaches here, comes down, reaches here, comes down, reaches here, comes down. I'm making a support and resistance within RSI. But technically, you as an investor should wait for it to go above 70%. Okay, here. So it goes above 70% is where it gets into an overbought category and people start short selling it. If it is here, this is where you should, it is into an oversold category, you should go for a buy. You see a middle line which is 50%. Middle line is if you're on the buying side, you should book your profit. If you're on the short selling side, you should book your profit. So middle line is your profit booking line. Okay. To enter and exit, you can always use the RSI. If it is above 70%, you short sell it. If it is below 30%, you buy it. Why I'm telling you about RSI? That see, trading every time at any random point, it is not required. You need to find the right entry and exit point. So first you draw a trend line, then you find your support and resistances, then you look at your RSIs also. Okay. So if RSI is giving you a good buy or a good sell, now this is on a 1 hour chart, right? If you look the same thing, for example, instead of a 1 hour, if you do the same thing at 15 minutes chart. Now 15 minutes chart, if you see, it is already above 70%. Look, it went above 70%, it started coming down, right? This is where you should book your profit. If it comes down here, again buy below 30%. You see here, this is 15 minutes here. Again, this was at 1:30, it was above 70%, it fell down. 5:45 a.m., it was above 70%, then it came down. This is 19th May, 10 o'clock, above 70%, came down. See the maximum peak, which is almost here. So if it comes above 70%, you can go for a short sell and keep a stop loss little higher. So keep your quantities low, enter at the right price and exit also. So RSI is not just to enter. So if you're entering here, it comes to 50%, you book your profit. In a 15 minutes chart, it will be a small margin, but that's what scalping is about. If you go for a day trade, look at a 1 or a 2 hours chart. On a 2 hour chart, see it is going towards 70% here. It goes here, go for a buy. Okay, go for a short sell here. If it goes above 70%, if it comes to 30% below, go for a buy. So is it something that there is a guarantee that it's going to bounce back? There is no, but we have to always see the historical prices. Technical analysis is all about the historical price movement, whether we should go for a buy or sell. We look at the historical prices and we go ahead with it. If it doesn't go right, if December and January are not the months and there is still heat and it is still warm, then your friend might tell you a few things, but then that's where your stop loss gets hit, right? Because it wasn't your mistake. You look at the past historic data and you went on with it. So this is exactly how the RSI works. Now the market is open. Before we go further, let's try to see what has been happening to our watch list, which we created on day 2. So again, most of the stocks we see Facebook, it has went up. Yesterday, somebody talked about Netflix. Netflix today, again, it is 455. Looking at Amazon, up. US 30 is also up. If you see the range for US 30, it has been almost around the same area. Yesterday, it went to 24,555, and then it came down to 24,140. Again, it bounced back. So it has been around the same price. Bayer, on the other side, a pharma company, a European stock, if you see, it has come down by 1.5%. And other instruments, streaming basket is up, wheat prices are up, Coca-Cola is up. So mostly you see stocks again are higher today. See Microsoft yesterday, it went to 185 and 186, right? Today again it is 184 and market continues to go high. Look at the Microsoft chart. Now we are capable of looking at technicals. Now look at the Microsoft chart. It's very simple. If right now I'm looking at a daily chart, but if I look at a say 1 hour chart, and I told you mostly we should apply fundamentals to the stock, but let's say we are looking at technicals as well. Okay, a good price, this looks like a resistance, but this is also here. So check this out. Let's try to put RSI here. See, RSI is at middle 50% and it's going up. So either you should short sell when it goes above the blue line. Look at the past history. What has happened? It went above 70%. It came down, right? So it goes up, comes down, you book your profit. Or if you are a kind of person who would always want to buy, wait for the levels when it comes. Now this is day trade. Okay. So if it comes down below 30%, you buy and book your profit at 50%. If it goes above 70%, you sell, go for a short sell, and then again book your profit at 50%. So this is something which you can do overall in any stock, commodity, currency. You can use an RSI, but you have to be very careful with time durations, right? Second thing, somebody was talking about swing trading. Swing trading is a long term. When I say long term, that means scalping is the shortest, then comes your day trading, then comes swing trading, and then come position. Positioning is when people start building a position and they go very long term, 2 years, 3 years. Swing trading is more like you keep it for few days, okay, or few weeks sometimes. That is what swing trading is. And swing trading is can be done with the help of RSI. You can look at 4 hours chart, you can look at a daily chart. So if I'm looking at a 4 hours chart, not a 1 hour chart, I'm looking at a 4 hours chart now. Now on a 4 hours chart, it still looks like it's on the middle line. So I don't want to buy it. I don't want to short sell it. I will short sell only when it comes here, right? Or I will buy it only. Let's say instead of Microsoft, I take gold. Same 4 hours. Now see, even gold also reached to the blue line and again started coming down. I will buy it again if it comes near 30% or below that. See here. So this will be a good buying level. It has again started coming down. If you see, it is coming down here. So see this, where the brown line finishes and it can bounce back from here. This is kind of your trend line also over here, right? So these both strategies, when you draw a trend line use and you put an RSI, you will see that the level of the point where it bounces back, it kind of matches to your trend line also. If it breaks, like for example, now see, this is, look at this. If I were to just draw a support line on an RSI, see this. Look at this. Yeah. So if it comes down again, it should bounce back. This the expectation of the price. This is how normally we can say that looking at the historical prices, we can take trades in the future. Similarly, there is some moving average also. How moving average works? Moving average, I'll tell you on S&P 500. Here. Moving average, what is the moving average line? It kind of gives you an idea that what is the average price in last 50 days, in last 100 days, in last 200 days. So let's say you go to technicals and select simple moving average. So you click on simple moving average on S&P 500. A line comes across. Okay, this is a daily chart, and let's say you select here and set your moving average to 100 days. Now this is the average closing price of 100 days. See what happened when S&P broke average line of the 100. Imagine this, that there is a price in last 100 days on an average price at which S&P closes, below which the S&P does not give the closing. In last 100 days, S&P has given an average closing around these prices, right? And suddenly that average has been broken, that line has been broken. See what happens when this purple line broke. So when the moving average line breaks, came down. Now look at S&P 500 where it is. It is closer to its 100-day moving average, but it is not able to break it. And I'm looking at the daily chart, which means day on day it is trying to break it, but it is not moving higher. This is the time where you can short sell and put a stop loss, or you can buy and put a stop loss. Over trend across really positive, right? But there is a trend which we can identify. Now, on a daily chart, there is barely any trend we can identify on S&P 500, right? Because it just fell like this during the pandemic, and again it has started bouncing back. It will, if we see a support and resistance here, see, so one line of support, this here, right? This is your good support, and then look at here. Sorry. See, somewhere around this line also is your support. See, three or four times it came here, 3 or 4 times it came here, and now it is 2774 on a daily chart. When I say daily chart, that means day on day candle, which is a long term trade. Okay, 2774 would be a good buying price, and at the same time, if I have to book my profits, I will look here. This is your profit booking here. So still a potential to go up to 3028, and if it breaks the moving average line, it might go higher. Otherwise, it will again come down to this level. So we have to keep it. If I do the same thing on a 1 hour chart, now see what happens on a 1 hour chart, which is your much more, what do I tell? It's a much more shorter term. Anybody who wants to do a day trading looks at a 1 hour chart. Okay, in a 1 hour chart, it looks like a very big resistance, right? Look at a 1 hour chart over here. When I see this, it's a resistance, right? And it's still not breaking it. It's still there. If it comes down again, then you will have to identify a support line to buy it. So how the swing trading happens in this case, duration is a bit high, but a range, example of a range has been taken. So if you see here, you try to identify the range and then you do a swing trade. So let's say, see, these small ranges here, 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 right? And then again, similarly, if you see this, for example, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how swing trading works. Why we call it a swing trading? See, you short sell here, you buy here, short sell here, buy here, short sell here, buy here. Obviously, you put a stop loss because when you bought here, it went down, right? So why the swing trading, the name comes in? Swing trading tells you about how you can enter and exit. So first thing is you identify the trend. Second thing is when you identify the trend like this, when you identify the trend, you will find out whether it is going up or down. Once you find out whether it's going up or down, you have to find out the entry and exit points. Entry and exit point means, let me show you a trend line here. Let's take example of all of it, 4 hours. Okay, look at this, for example. If I had to do a swing trade, I would pick this line. Okay, now if I only focus here, right? So if I have to do a swing trade, my buying and selling price. So first I identify the trend, and then I go and try to find out. Sorry, now look at this. So this is enter, this is again exit, right? So again, enter. Technically, you should wait for it to come down. See, this is still not a proper trend line, but a proper trend line will look like this. So you enter here, then exit, then enter, and then exit, and then again here you enter. So a swing trader would wait. A swing trader would wait again here instead of the exit here. It should be more like exit here. So you should wait and see that where the resistance and support also lies, right? Because if so, for example, you bought it here, went up, and then you shorted here, then came down, you bought it here, and then again you shorted here, you bought it again. So look, you are looking at a 4 hour chart of 14 days. You have to find a much more prominent trend line to do swing trades. And swing trades you can do with the help of RSI also. How you will do with the help of RSI? See, studies, select RSI, right? You select it here, you will see this 70% up, short sell it. Comes down to 50%, you buy. If it goes below 30%, buy, and then again sell it at 50%. Then if it goes above 70%, you short sell, and then again if it comes to 50%. So this way what happens, you are trading continuously. That's why they call it swing trading. Swing trading, when you are trading, the trades can be kept for days and weeks. So you basically look at a 4 hour chart, you look at a daily chart also, right? So this is normally the technicals. Now, over a period of time, I'm sure everybody, all of you will have a demo account. I'm extremely sorry for the recent fallout which happened in the network. I lost a lot of attendees, but I still see the familiar names which came on day one. So guys, you have the demo now. You have your charts. You have the understanding of the charts now. So we are not going to do any session tomorrow now. We'll take a break, and you can use your demo accounts till Eid. After Eid holidays, again, we'll get back and we'll try to understand much more about technicals and fundamentals. See, these are very normal things. Don't have to complicate yourself. There will be always an advisor to help you out. Not everybody knows about the technical. It is just part of this whole entire curriculum. So I'm explaining it to you. Not every time you draw lines, and so it's your choice. Sometimes you become, if you're trading in currencies and commodities, you become a technical person. You would wait for, like, using something like RSI is very easy. Finding something like supports and resistances, it is easy. Okay. Similarly, fundamentals are different. Fundamentals are much more event based. We talk about pandemics, we talk about earnings season, we talk about earnings report, like that. So you have to be very careful in whichever platform or whichever instrument you are trading into. Okay, use the right kind of technicals. Talk to your advisors a lot. Discuss among yourselves also. Look at, there is so much of content about these things online, in the web also. But do not overexhaust yourself with too much information. See, there are a lot of hundreds of technical indicators and studies. I don't know all of them. I just know how to pick my trend, whether to be on the buying side or on the selling side, supports, resistance, RSIs, and that's it. Don't have to complicate yourself too much, because you will also be looking at the fundamentals. When you have a proper command of technicals, then you kind of start looking. So if gold is at a good support level, and you know that that overall trend is also high, trend line also looks high, trend line also looks good, RSI looks good. So even fundamentals like pandemics also support, right? So these kind of things you can always check. Um, it is again something which a lot of people they do. You have your demo accounts, try to do this. Try to be a scalper. Look at a 15 minutes chart. Look, for example, S&P 500. I will just very quickly have a look at a 15 minutes chart. See, 15 minutes chart. Now look at this. It is going above 70%, right? Now it's going above 15, 20%. See, in the past, it just started going 70%. So you short, keep your stops somewhat, for example, and keep your around 50%. As that. If it goes below here 30%, below 30%, you go for a buy. Do this till Eid or 3 4 days, 5 days, and see if it works out for you. Just use RSIs and change your time durations. Look at 15 minutes. Where is your profit booking? Your profit booking should be at 50%, right? Or if you find a good support, book your profit over there, right? So do this again. Once again, it's been a really great time explaining everything to you guys, from very basic of product library to the technicals. And trust me, now you know way more than anybody else who have not attended this session, or anybody else. See guys, the most important lesson is you should be ready to lose. That is the most important lesson. If you have experienced a loss in these markets, you are already way ahead, because this is a game of emotions. This is a game of mind. And if you get panicked along, if you become greedy, if you become tempted, you are not able to control emotions, then it is not going to work out for you. No matter how many books you read, no matter how much charts and technicals you understand. So over the next 3 4 days, use your demo accounts. I will send you something, and I will tell your RMs to send you something which is called uh, let me show you if I can see. Wait. I will show you a newsletter and some levels, which are something which you can use and talk to your RMs also about it. This is a report which goes to our clients as well. Again, it's just an estimation of support and resistances. I did not show you this before, but now you can actually see and understand this as well. Look at this. I will add this here, and okay, yeah, this is the one. Now see, I hope everybody can see this. This is a technical analysis. Okay. See the products which we know, for example, okay, S&P 500, Dow Jones, gold. Okay, let's look at gold. What does it say? It says the short-term trend, ST trend means short-term trend, is sideways or up. Okay. Resistance, so there is no decimal here, so you have to interpret it yourself. Resistance, $1765.40, 1777, 1800. This is the resistance. Support is 1735. See, when we were drawing a trend line, we saw, right, that the support for the trend line, for RSI, everything comes at 1735. So this makes 1735 a really good buying level. 1721 is the second support. So 1735 breaks, the next buy you should do is at 1721. If that breaks, the next buy you should do it at 1714. The market remains in bull upturn. A surge into a close over 1769 projects a pressing drive beyond 1800. Now, what does it surge close? So if Monday's reversal day still cautions for near-term corrective action, but suspect trade will fight to hold around 1721 levels. Only a close under 1714 signals a reversing turn back to lower prices. So if the market closes, gold price closes below 1714, only then a reversal is expected. Otherwise, the short-term trend is up, right? So this is how normally you look at the trading levels also. I have a question coming in that for futures market, maybe sometime later we can explain. Absolutely. So what we'll do is, see, guys, over the period of time, we'll go through one-on-one sessions as well. I will suggest you talk to your RMs, and they can explain a lot of things about the platform. Okay, where I am needed, I'll also try to join the meeting, and we can have a one-on-one discussion also. But till then, please use the demo. Uh, Out of sight, out of mind. As simple as that. If you're not using your demo, if you're not looking at the prices, you're not looking at your watch list, then if it is not in your site, then it will never be in your mind also. The report which I'm showing you to you, ask your RMs, they will send you. So you take trades on the basis of this, right? Let's try to draw lines yourself. Try to read a bit more about this on the web, and it's a very gradual process. You don't, please do not do courses and spend money on these things. There is so much of knowledge which is available on internet. Okay, do not spend money in trying to learn how trading works, because first you spend money in trying to learn this, and then you invest money trying to make more money after spending money on learning this. Not worth it. There is no way that anybody can guarantee you money in this. Okay, anybody who teaches you also cannot guarantee you that you're going to make money, because at the end of the day, markets, they work in very predictable ways. Anybody can predict it, anybody can predict it. So always keep trading, use demo accounts more and more, read more and more, be much informed about it. That being said, I think it's already 6. Best wishes of Eid to you all. I hope you enjoy your holidays. I'm sure that anybody, everyone is working from home, and you guys have worked too much from home. Uh, the productivity of every employee has increased when they have started working from home. So I hope you get some rest on the weekends. We will meet again after Eid. We'll have a lot more sessions during this time. Also, you can talk to your relationship managers if you need a one-on-one session. Talk to them. They will do a one-on-one session with you. Where I am needed, I might also come across and try to contribute anything a little which I can do from my end. Uh, just keep reading more, keep using these reports. I will send a message to the group to for all the relationship managers that they will send all of you these reports on daily basis now, so you can use this resistance and support thing. Buy during these levels, buy at support, sell at resistance, or close your profits. Look at the short term trends, and all these instruments are there. So euro, pound, gold, these 3 4 things, oil for that matter, wheat. Look at these products and try to trade. 3 4 days you do this, you will feel different. At least you will understand how market works. Now you have used the platform also, right? So once again, guys, thank you so much. It was a great week. I wish I could extend this and we could do this every day, but again, all good things come to an end. And this is not a goodbye after all. We'll meet once again after Eid is done. We'll have more investor education week. We'll come up with more webinars. So just be there. And thank you once again for all your support. You have sat through a lot of network congestions and a lot of disturbances, and still continue to listen to me. And that's a great thing. Uh, Take care. Eid Mubarak once again. Stay home, stay safe. And again, a big thank you to everyone who is connected with the healthcare and medical industry. Uh, Stay home and stay safe. I wish this pandemic is over and things get back to the way it was. Take care. You have a good evening.